Hi, everybody. In my last video talking about the Firefly Services APIs, I showed a real simple example of how to take a prompt, call the API, and get the results. We're going to follow up on that by showing two simple ways that you can add additional parameters to help Firefly create images closer to what you really want. So let's start off with the first thing, which is the content class. And I've switched over here to the REST API docs. And you can see content class on screen right there. And basically, it has two values. Do you want a photo or do you want more of an artistic style result? Now, pay special attention to the docs where it says if you don't specify this, it's going to be auto detected based on the prompt. But if you really know what you want, then you should definitely actually specify this. So let's go into code, and I'm going to make this a little bigger, open up my terminal, and let's give this a try. So first thing I'm going to point out, the authentication code is the same as what I showed last time. It takes a client ID and a client secret, and we exchange that for an access token. I also have a utility method that will download the result. Let's focus in on the code that calls the API. So you can see my body here is relatively simple. I have a prompt and I have a content class. The only difference between this and my last video is that I'm not asking for 4 results, just 1. But that's it. So basically take my prompt and take my specific content class and generate a result for me. So I'm going to scroll down. You could see my prompt, and I'm going to do one call where I am specifying photo for the content class and one where I am using art. So the first thing I'm going to do is read in my credentials, and then we are going to run this with class. All right, so it is calling the API now, calling it first for the photo content class, and then it's going to follow that up with the art one. And you can see that I am saving these results with the content class, so it's a bit easier to see. And that's it. So our prompt was a cat sleeping in a sunbeam. If we look at the photo, that's very much a photo. If we look at the art, that's very much art. So pretty darn easy. But now let's kick it up a bit and look at the style guides. This is another way to tell Firefly what kind of image you want back. And there are quite a few image styles. So if I start scrolling here and keep scrolling, you can see that there are a heck of a lot of them. And for each of these, we have kind of like the normal name and the name that the code is going to need. So for example, bokeh effect, you just press bokeh. Color explosion will be color underscore explosion. And so you have many different styles. In code, let's go over here to Firefly with style. It's basically going to be under the styles attribute presets, and you pass an array. Now, Firefly will let you mix and match these styles. It won't do a sanity check. So if you mix two styles that make something ugly, that's on you. So you do have to have some thought process in terms of what style you're passing or styles. In my case, I'm going to do a couple of tests, and I will scroll down, and you'd see here I have 4 styles I want to test: pastel color, golden, antique photo, and simple. So my code's just going to iterate over those 4 styles and generate one each. So we will run that. Firefly with style, and wait for it to produce the results. And again, it's going to use the style name to help generate the file name. That way we can tell one versus the other. So pastel color is done. Let's see what's next. Should be golden. Golden is done. Now we're waiting on antique photo. And any second now, there we go. And then lastly will be simple. And come on. There we go. All right, we are done. So if we look at these different varieties, so we'll start with pastel color, and that's a very much pastel picture. It's lovely. We'll look at golden, antique photo. It looks really nice. And then simple, which is also really cool as well. So again, two different ways of helping Firefly generate your final results, both really easy to use. Check it out. I will have a link to these example code files in the video description, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.